All right, what is going on? Happy
Alive. Happy
Sunday.
good morning.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Why y'all not at church?
I'm on grandma duty.
I had me a whole church service already this morning. So
I
Yeah.
have my worship now.
okay.
Definitely had some worship going
Yeah.
on this morning. That's what I was calling you about, actually, when you said, get on the live.
Oh yeah. I preached my whole sermon already this morning, so y'all missed service. So anyways, I'm super excited with what us powerful women have going on with this 1 million movement that we have. And we kind of brought some clarity to also making sure we were doing the numbers in the group, that if everyone's doing their heart health of them 10,000 steps every day in 100 days, that's 1 million steps each of us would have been walked. So I'm just excited to be in a community of women. I was thinking about this earlier today. I am super excited to be in a community of women that are ambitious, because that's most people's problem. They don't have ambitious friends. They don't have people in their circle that are striving for something. Like even before we even went live on here, we kind of all talked about some of the downers that we've been feeling lately. But I think it's so remarkable that network marketing and self-development has taught us that no matter how you're feeling, you still show up.
That's right.
Thanks.
100%.
Got to. Thanks.
Doesn't give you a pass.
Yeah, one of the things I remember, like always telling my children, especially my son Rashid, was an athlete. Was I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself, right? And then so what I do is I think about what would I be telling my children. That's like right. At those moments when my heart is overwhelmed, or when I go to worship, that's number one. And then number two, I really just ask myself, what would I tell my kids? Would I tell them, okay, well then just quit, it's tough, quit? No, we don't do that.
Not only that's so good, because our kids do exactly what we do as parents. We are their role models. Even though some of us that aren't the best role models, they look at us like, what do I do in this? And when they get older and as an adult, they'll say, well, mama handled it this way.
That's right.
Right.
You're creating the system.
No, absolutely. I think everything comes through personal growth and personal development. Once you understand that and you've actually done the inner work, regardless to how you feel has nothing to do with your purpose. It has nothing to do with your dreams. You still have to do it anyways. Like everybody get up and go to work, Monday morning, clocks are going to go start alarming, and people are going to be headed out to work in traffic and they don't feel like it. But guess what? They do it anyway. And I think sometimes they have to make the connection to what they'll do for their jobs, for someone else's dream. Do it for yourself and have that same tenacity and that same get up and go when you're working, for yourself. And I always tell, my child, and it's not what's taught, is what's caught. And so our habits and behaviors and things of that nature, when the children are in the house with us, they're going to catch on to those same habits and behaviors. So they're watching.
That's right. It's so funny. I was thinking earlier today, we talk about the no 9-to-5 lifestyle and all that kind of stuff. Nina, I said, I didn't got up and went to work for 12 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny because, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, hello. I think, we really don't give ourselves enough credit.
We don't. Let's hit these points too, y'all, for my viral clicks.
We don't give ourselves enough credit. We really are bad, somebody's, right? But we really don't give it. And that is because we're always striving to do better than the last thing we did when we didn't even take time to celebrate.
That's right.
We really did it.
That's right.
While it was
oh, okay.
It's turn.
Yeah.
Well,
hit your points too. I got to chop this up, so it got to be to the point.
Well, for me, it's just the personal development. Everything that I didn't think I could do with the personal development, I pushed forward, did what I had to do. And now when I look back, I'm like, gosh, I didn't even know I could do those things. I am so proud of myself. And those are things that I did not know. I would not look at myself in the mirror. I would not say I love me. Every morning I say I love me 10 times in the mirror.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, as a networker, we actually get up in the morning. We have our ritual that we do every single day. And, sometimes I can tell y'all right now, I'm dressed from the waist up. So I'm definitely I'm at work, and I love what I do because, I get to do it from the comfort of my home.
Mm-hmm. So what I've been really focusing on the fact that I love the fact that we're in an opportunity and in an industry where we don't worry about customer service. We don't worry about insurance. We don't worry about logistics. You're not paying $5.99 or $10.99 a user. We literally post links and we're able to make profit off of it.
I like the fact that our system is simple. If you can read, you can follow instructions. Mm-hmm. If you just follow instructions, you will win.
Yeah. This industry is literally about having strategy. And one of the things that I think we don't get in corporate America, and I'm not, bashing corporate America. I think a job is a blessing for those that have one. But, we're able to literally write out our own dreams and goals, put a strategy to it, and then attract other people to help us attract other people to help them meet their goals, which in turn help us meet our goals. I think it's just a fantastic way to do business. It just makes sense to me.
Absolutely. And I want to highlight what Nina just said. We don't give ourselves enough credit. If I was to start and look at each and every one of you ladies, I would say that I am super, super excited and proud. I don't like when people tell me they're proud of me, but because we're sisters, I am super proud of what each and every one of you guys have accomplished in an industry where most people don't last. I'm super excited that when I read your resumes, your story is absolutely incredible. And I think that if we focus on what we've done, if God done it once, he'll surely do it again. And most people would dream for the type of statistics that you guys have been able to accomplish in network marketing.
Tanisha, my biggest accomplishment, I used to say my biggest accomplishment was, I've made multiple millions of dollars. And I mean, that's great because I come from the hood. Right. I had a baby at 15. But my biggest accomplishment, like I was looking at my pictures this morning as I was putting together some content. My biggest accomplishment is defeating me. Is defeating me and the former mindset that I had, defeating me, looking at myself in the mirror and saying no, and honestly taking accountability for where I was, who I had become, because I was listening to some personal development this morning just about accountability and how so often we want to force blame in other places. But when you look in the mirror and you see yourself like this, did life beat me up?
Yeah. Closer to the camera. We can't see you after. We can't see you after. Incredible.
And did life beat me down? Yeah, it did. But I learned to respond differently to what was happening in my life. And when I gave myself permission to become the best version of myself and still learning to evolve, my biggest accomplishment is beating me and the mindset that I had before.
My biggest accomplishment was me believing in myself to do some of the things that I've been able to do. I spent a lot of my life in unbelief. And when you do that, you come out of it, that's when it's like, oh my gosh, that was the first thing. And then you allow yourself, like she said, give yourself permission to do more things with that, because see, I'm out of that now. So now you got to move forward and do something else. That's how I was able to get disciplined so that I could lose the weight, show up so that I could grow. And that changed a lot of me. It changed it changed not just who I was, but it changed my whole bad attitude about life.
Wow. That's incredible. My biggest accomplishment is being able to develop myself personally. When I lost my life partner, resilience kicked in. Everything that I'd learned, over the years, every workshop that I'd attended, every seminar that I'd gone to, all the hours I'd put in, over 10,000 hours of personal growth and development, all of that kicked in. And so in this industry, that is one of the things that you get. We always say that we're a personal development company that happen to have a product to sell to the world. And so that has been my biggest accomplishment, because life is going to
Life.
life, right? I mean, it's going to kick you in the gut, in the throat, in the eye, in the belly. I mean, it is going to do what it does if you allow it. And I mean, it's just going to come. So I will say that that's been my biggest accomplishment. You know, we've been able to do a lot of things, make a lot of money, sell a lot of product, touch a lot of people around the world. But all of that is for naught if you have not developed yourself personally where you can still be happy from the inside out.
Absolutely incredible. I always say you change people from the inside first, and then it'll show up on their outside. You change them change them up, not down. And so I say that you influence from up and down, and what people see you're able to accomplish, or whether what storms you're able to weather, gives you permission to lead people because you've been through those things before. So let's talk real quick. That's powerful. What everyone's talking about. I want to have a high level conversation, and I want to have a high level conversation about this word 1 million, regardless if we're talking about dollars or whatever it is. You know, I believe that is a frequency that you have to sit on. It's a mental state that you sit on. And I believe that if someone was, the number one question, if someone was to ask me, like younger people, how do you make $1 million? And I say very simple, Nina, if you impact $1 million, 1 million people's lives, there's no way you won't make $1 million. And so my focus has shifted on, if I could get one word to someone that can completely change their life, and they can, because I still remember things that people told me 20 years ago. And those one sentences completely changed my life. And so my income strategy for the rest of my life, especially these next 2 years, is to say a word that someone can hold in their heart that activates a whole new level to them.
You know, that is so powerful. We've traveled the world sharing the good news. That's really what it boils down to. We've traveled the world sharing the good news. We've been able to use our network marketing platform as the platform that opened the door for us to travel the world to spread the good news. And I remember coming to Atlanta for an event. I remember exactly what I had on: a black and white striped skirt down to the floor. And I was talking about, they asked me to talk about my weight loss journey. The event that we had was packed. The lines were going around the building for people to get into that event. Here in Atlanta, Georgia, we were in a previous company before. And I remember a young lady, Sunshine Anderson, world-renowned singer, coming up to me at the end of the meeting. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Sunshine Anderson, and I'm excited to see her. And she burst into tears. And Paul and I we were a little confused. And she was like crying, profusely crying. And I said, what is the matter? She said, you are so inspirational to me. And watching you has helped me change my life. See, we live for those moments. I was fawning over this superstar that sang that, song, clock's getting late, it seems we barely beat the sun, right? And I'm looking at her like, no, I'm fawning over you. And she was fawning over me. Those are the moments we live for.
That's right.
Live for, priceless.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Awesome.
Well, for me, I remember one day I had done a live, and I was scared. It was, now when I do lives, I'm a lot more comfortable. But during that time, I spoke my truth, and I said a lot of things that I wasn't proud of. But because I was authentic and I showed up as myself, someone messaged me after that live, and basically some of the same things that I had gone through or had happened to me. I had said one thing that she literally, when she messaged me, she said, Rosalind, thank you, because I was debating whether I was going to be here tomorrow or not.
Wow.
And that really stuck with me. So when I think about not really sharing or not speaking, not being, not showing up, that I might say something, and I want to say something that will inspire somebody to keep going, to try again, to not give up.
That's right.
Ever.
Awesome. Tanisha, you talked about one word, and that word for me would be dominate.
Mhm.
Find your gift and
Mhm.
dominate. And that is, in this industry of network marketing, I think that sometimes people get it mixed up because there's so many frames to look in. There's so many people to look at because, we don't, give an interview. We allow everybody in, regardless to what your background is, where you came from, what education you have, you are allowed in. And so people come in with all types of, ways to get to the finish line. And I would just say that, when you find your gift and dominate, you can make $1 million.
That's right.
And so as I look around to all of, the millionaires, I see different ways that they perhaps gotten there, different strategies, but bigger than that, the personality and their gifts, their strengths. So, as I've traveled around the world, people always come up to me and talk about the resilience that I exude after going through various things that were public.
That's right.
Everybody has things that they go through, but if it's private, the world doesn't see it. I have some private things I've gone through, but I've also had some public things, and that's been because we've been in this industry for 27 years, and we've been around the world. So people have seen that I've kept going regardless to the setbacks.
Incredible. Yeah. And you did. You better than me, because I don't know, I might be in prison for some of the stuff you endured.
Listen, no, you're good.
You got it. I don't know if I'm joking. We'll see later down the road. Nobody try that with me. Okay. But you are graceful. You are full of grace. And that is why you are incredible. Let's talk about the one conversation or statement or instruction that someone gave to you that unlocked another level of confidence, another level of thinking, and it took you somewhere. And I want to talk about Cindy Trimm. And I was on a Zoom with her, and she was talking to me, and she said something that changed my entire life about how I think. And she told me, every success point that you have written down is a wall. And I was like, what? She was like, the reason that is your success point is because you don't see further than that.
Wow.
So $1 million, $1.6 million a month is my cash flow goal. She said, yeah, but you just don't see further than that. That's why it's 1.6. If you saw 2.5, you would write 2.5. And so what I recognize that has matured me in a way to be patient is that the fact that everything that I'm rushing for is just a wall anyways, because your mind isn't stretched further past what it is you want, that it's no point to rush the success point, because it's not even, and with wisdom, you understand what I'm saying, it's not even really that it's an accomplishment, it's a limitation. And in your current quality of life, the natural state, it's a success point. But from the spiritual point of thinking about the goal, it is a limitation because you couldn't see further than 1.6. So it's like, wait a minute. So then how do I set a goal then? Because if every success point is a limitation, how much infinite power that God put in us is if the things you are anxious for, the things that make you want to quit, you want to quit because you're trying to run to something that's really a limitation. In the natural realm, it's not. But in the spiritual realm, it is. Shifted every single thing. How I posture myself.
That's powerful.
Sheesh.
That's
okay.
Exactly.
Throw you offering, right? Whatever.
Right.
Several people have had conversations with me. Some of them I won't mention their names, but even James Dentley and you, Stanisha, about the fact that when you understand, Nina, how good you are, you'll become that person. And because you and I have had some extensive conversations, when we got started working together, about the fact that I've always had to kind of dummy myself down, just for fear of trying to keep the peace with everybody, because of my work ethic. And when I partnered with you, I made a decision, a business decision, but more so it was a spiritual decision, because I wanted to make sure that the pathway would be clear. So that in this season of my life, I'm too old to be playing around, right?
That's right.
And in this season of my life, I needed a pathway to be clear with someone who was not intimidated by the anointing that God has placed on my life.
Mhm.
And so for me, it was learning how to not dumb myself down anymore to make other people feel good,
Mhm.
and to really walk in the authority that God has given
right.
me, and to own it. And you
That's
told
right.
you told me, James Dentley told me, a few other mentors have told me, you playing small.
That's
And
right.
I'm playing small. What you mean
Right.
I'm playing? I'm playing big. No,
Mhm.
you're playing small, and I was playing small because I was forced to dumb myself down. Well, that version of me is gone.
And one of the things to remember as you continue to do that is when the Bible says he gives you the power to tread on snakes and scorpions, I will kill you. Literally, to activate my purpose and my confidence. If I can tread on a snake and a scorpion, imagine what I could do to you.
Come on.
For me, listen, a couple of
I'm
weeks
turned
ago.
up today, y'all. It's these
It is. The other, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Stanisha told me, she said, Rosalind, until you realize how good you really are, then you're not going to exude anything. Nothing's going to be able to come from you. So I went and I started reading U Square again. And the thing that I had to highlight, because that stuck with me so much, if you must doubt something, Rosalind, doubt your limits.
That's powerful.
And I highlighted that, and I'm like, and that opened up a whole different door for me. Like, what can you do? What can you do? Instead of what can you do, you're going to do. You're going to do. And I just started writing different things. And I said, wait a minute, God has given me these ideas, but they're not ideas, they're visions.
That's right.
Write them down. Yes. And I'm seeing them come alive.
That's right.
Wow. That's powerful.
If you must doubt something, doubt your limits.
And remember, vision is not an option, it's an order, right? So when God opens your imagination to see something, it's not an option to consider if you're going to entertain it or cultivate it or not. It's an order that
it's your responsibility now.
That's right. Wow. Well, I know Stanisha asked about someone that have impacted my life. And my mentor years ago took us out dream building. Mm-hmm. And, we went out, looked at these beautiful homes. We went and drove these nice luxury cars. And I didn't really, I never heard dream building. Now, we do it all the time, right? We take people out, but this was over 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he talked about the level of belief. And he said that, in order to have it, you must see it and use all your senses, your sense of sight, your sense of smell. He's like, there's just certain restaurants that smell different.
That's right.
There's certain hotels that smell different.
That's right.
And that was profound for me. Mm-hmm. And, it's crazy because the home that I'm in now, 5,000 square feet, it's on the lake. And we came out to look at this area before it was even built yet. Mm-hmm. And they just had the model homes in the front. And every week, after church, Erwin and I would go and we look at the same floor plan. And the house wasn't even priced out yet. Mm-hmm. And but long story short, we're the third home to obviously be built in this entire community. But it had everything to do with dream building. The vehicle that I drive today was on my vision board, for, I don't know, probably 10 years. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm able to drive it today. And that's just small. That's not even small, but everything that I've written down that was a part of a dream of mine, those things have come to pass. And so what happens is, you create a new list, you check it off, and then you replace it with something else. And then one other point that happened for me, which gave me a lot of success in business, was I remember in Artists International, this is back in 2000 and maybe like 9, and our VP of sales was leaving. and was a big impact in our company and in the organization. And I remember calling him up and telling him what was going on. And he said, let me tell you something. You launch Project 5,000 and put 5,000 more bodies in the business that don't even know who I almost say this name, that don't even know who a MP is. That's his initials. And that was profound. And I was like, wow. So we launched a campaign, we started recruiting, and we put over 5,000 people in the business who did not know who he was. And our business skyrocketed. That's where I earned my first $1 million. And so, HB has been a very profound mentor in my life. Over the years, I've used a lot of the strategies and a lot of the the nuggets and training that he's taught, and that's given us a lot of success in business.
That's powerful. We talk about the power of social media because you're talking about Houghton Buggs, and Houghton Buggs has mentored a lot of us from afar. Or we would say coach. Mentor means you were having one-on-one conversation with him. But I can remember the live when he was at the GoPro. Nina, when you go into a pre-launch, everybody knows the video with him with the red suit on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you talk about social media, let's hit this point really quick. We're going to speed this up a little bit. When you talk about the power of social media, one of the reasons why I'm super aggressive about showing up on the internet now is because someone is going to watch a message or watch a video of you that was recorded 10 or 15 years ago. Because what she's talking about, for me, I learned how to really launch that mental state of vision because of the video he recorded at the GoPro. And if someone didn't upload it to YouTube, I would never had access to that. I didn't even know what a GoPro was. Mm-hmm. And so as we theme this products that activate purpose, let's talk about purpose really quick and what we are going to do to influence these 1 million people. And so you can kind of see where my gift is, just hearing from my sisters and business partners and friends, that I believe that every single person has something inside of them that they do better than everyone else. And our responsibility as humans is to identify people that to your left, your right, in front of you, below you, or above you, and keep telling them how good they are. Nina tells me all the time how good and gifted and all this kind of stuff I am. Rosalind tells me all the time. Twyla tells me all the time. I tell them all the time. And when you get a circle of friends that are more interested and identifying your power and reminding you of it, your confidence shoots through the roof. And so I show up on social media, Nina and Twyla and Rosalind, and I show up and just even using that Houghton Buggs video that was recorded about 10 years ago, people still post that video when they're going into a launch. And I want to be someone that people still post my videos when I'm dead and gone. People will still post my videos. And that is why social media is the number one thing that has to be activated, because it's not about you, it's about them. And that is ministry. That's why you see pastors all are online right now. And I'm going to be worth $250 million by the time I'm 40, and I'm going to do it all on the internet.
Thanks. Well, I started my biggest success in life when I started taking my story to social media. Mm-hmm. When I was, 250 pounds, and I, started on a journey. I cut my carbs. At that time, it was called the Dr. Atkins diet. It wasn't this big thing, but it was Dr. Atkins. And when I started that tea company back in 2014, I had also started the Dr. Atkins diet right before I started the tea. And I remember going live and telling people, hey, listen, I'm boiling this. I mean, literally, y'all, 7 minutes of a video where I was boiling water and people watched it. And when I went to church, everybody was like, I saw you boiling water. I don't know why I watched it. It was almost 7 minutes long, but what you got, and I asked the people in social media who did not know me to hold me accountable to what I said I wanted. I was like, this is the day that I am drawing the line in the sand, and I am stepping over that line, and I am never looking back. I'm not going back to who I was before, and I want you guys to hold me accountable. And when I did that, all I know is 18 months later, I was down over 100 pounds and $500,000 wealthier, because I decided I didn't know what I was doing. Matter of fact, my videos were really bad. When I look back at that, my children would tell me, Mom, You're talking too long. You got to
Right.
cut it because my videos would get cut off because it was 15 seconds and then it was 30 seconds, right? And we only had 15 seconds to say what we needed to say. Then they upped it to 30 seconds. And then, oh God, when they gave us a minute, it was
That's
on
right.
and popping, right?
Okay.
And so I've watched my entire life change and evolve because I was willing to change and evolve.
That's right.
Social media.
You sound like me almost, or I sound like you, I'm not sure. But I started on social media. When I started on social media, I just got on just so I could keep an eye on my kids. And when I joined this, listen, that's all I was doing, trying to protect them. I didn't know what I was doing clearly. And I was told, you need to get on live and talk about your product. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll get on. I didn't realize that so many people would actually watch me. So listen, no success in network marketing, no big success. But I got on and I'm talking about this tea that helped me lose 6 pounds, 6.2 pounds in a week. And people start messaging me. I'm taking names, I'm collecting money just on social media. And before I knew it, I had a marble notebook full of 60 names for ordering a product that I didn't even have in my hand.
That's right.
I used that and kept going and freaking out because I'm like, I got so much money. This is during the time when we were living paycheck to paycheck. Y'all, I just kept doing what I was doing. And in that third month was my first month of making $10,000 a month.
Incredible.
On social media. And then it was network marketing. Then went on 6 months later, we're now at $101,698 in 6 months. Changed my whole life.
Incredible, Rosalind.
And it's duplicatable.
That's so awesome. Well, they say that if you've got 3 rich friends and you're the 4th one, well, if you've got 3 friends who are on the internet, then you can become the 4th one. So my story is a little different, but I've been on the internet. And so Philip LeBlanc told me, Twyla, you need to get on Facebook. And I thought, what is that? And I got on and he was, telling me. So obviously I was following him and what he was posting and doing and saying. And anyway, so that's the beginning of my Facebook journey. And then Instagram, I don't know who told me about Instagram, but, I got on just not really knowing much about it. But what I can say is that every time, I think what I did off the internet surfaced to the internet through
1,000%. That's right.
So when I go to YouTube, there's so many videos that's posted of me that I never posted.
That's right.
And that boiling water video is there. All these people watched it. So I think that I built my brand offline, so to speak. And because of the success, there were people that was recording in the audience or at the event who put it online.
That's
so so those videos are out there. But what I can say though is whenever I was launching a business or selling a product or whatever it was, people came and they came because of social media and the internet. Even here, over 450 people joined me, and that was just me saying, hey, this is what I'm doing.
That's right.
And so I can't say that I'm that great online yet, but I can say that I worked really, really hard offline.
That's right.
And because I worked hard offline, the brand was built, and other people thought enough of the content and enough of what I was saying to post it out there on social media and YouTube. And so that was kind of my introductory into social media and YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful because when you're talking, I'm thinking about it. The reason I know who you were was because you were on YouTube. And that's even how I found all my uplines on the internet, is because I was able to find you. And so I remember you were the one who were the official TLC presentation back in the day with your little green dress on, like a little black Barbie doll, right? I think you had a bob in your hair, but I was able to find it because of the internet. And so you're right. When your brand is big enough, people still are going to put you on the internet so the world can find you. which for me, one of the things I realize is that if the focus to build your business and to keep your business to keep growing is people have to just know you exist. Absolutely. And the fastest way to do that is with the online. So real quick, let's just highlight these products and jump off of here. Okay. I'm super excited for these products that are activating my purpose. All right. I didn't O2 drop myself 2 times already while we were on this live. I'm also, this is a smart pack. Okay. This is for people who want to have conversations about 50 million, 100 million. These things activate, these things are activating me. It's so weird. We were talking afterwards and Nina said something. She said, well, if we get people taking all the products, we're going to get to our income goals. We're going to get to our weight loss goals. I said, you're right. And so because I haven't really been a big product person, since Nina was at my house and I was complaining to her about some stuff, she said, girl, you so inconsistent with them products. And I was finna say, no, because I'm like, inconsistent. Who are you talking? I was like, you know what? You're right. And since I have activated it, this little kit right here with my B cardio, y'all, if you want to know where I'm getting my wisdom and my revelation from, it's got something to do with dropping these drops under my tongue. It's got something to do with these brain gummies that I'm obsessed with, as well as this B cardio, which I'm sure all the ladies are going to talk about how obsessed they are with that.
Yeah, I just finished my cocktail, my wellness cocktail. First of all, it's just the whole, we love cocktails. So why not have a wellness cocktail? And the powerful ingredients, 4.5 servings of fruits and vegetables in this Elevate Nootropics, the Clarity Blend, the immunity boosting blend with your medicinal mushrooms, chaga, shiitake, reishi mushroom, and then your nutrients, right? The vitamins A, all your B vitamins, 2000% B12, C, D, E, K, and then magnesium and potassium in this. You guys, ladies, anyone over 40, especially ladies and gentlemen, we need this. But with high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease being the #1 unaliver of African-American women and minority women, this is so important. This combination, and I'm not making a medical claim, I'm stating a fact, that this combination has women and men on our team coming off of their blood pressure meds. People that have been on those meds for over 10 years are coming off of their meds after 6 months of using this combination. So, when people say to me, well, how long do I have to use that? What do you mean? You've been on blood pressure meds for 15 years, for 25 years, and you're not cured. Use it for the rest of your life. Make this a part of your life, your wellness program. Make it a part of your life because your heart health matters. Every beat matters.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm a test.
If you stop beating, you're dead.
Listen, you better take that B cardio. That's what I got to lead with, because I deal with the heart disease. I had open heart surgery and here's the scar to prove it. But this is my every single day. I must have this because it's helping me to keep my blood clean. My blood pressure is getting it's regulating even more. I was already working on my blood pressure, but when I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago, he said that my blood is really, really clean. And I think it has a lot to do with this.
That's right.
Also, and I just take it every single morning. I have to, if I want to stay alive. The Elevate for me. Having so many things to do during the day, the business keeps your mind going. And like we were just talking about how, God gives us visions, and he also gives us what we need to kind of keep ourselves grounded. And our products keep me grounded. This Elevate every single morning, single morning, wheels turning. It allows me to do stuff I don't really want to tackle. It doesn't make me afraid. It's like, you got this, go do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the sleep capsule. I think Twyla's don't cover the sleep capsule.
Yeah.
Well, I can cover the sleep capsule, but I know that Nina was going to talk about the tea, but guys, let me tell you this. Our tea, we also have an instant, but our tea cleanses the body at the cellular level. It gets rid of all the toxins, the sludge, the impurities from the food we eat and the air that we breathe. guys, it is just a no-brainer. You know, people ask me all the time, how do you stay looking so young? Last night I was talking to Erlene and she's like, girl, you 56, you don't have a wrinkle in sight. And the thing of it is, you know, being able to keep my weight down and at a minimum for over 56 years, I can tell you that I've been in a health and wellness really for over 20 years. And we always had supplements. This right here, it's gone around to a lot of companies.
That's right.
But the bottom line is, it just makes sense. We'll go and get the oil change on our car, you know, so for fresh oil, we'll go and wash out our garbage cans, you know, and get all the junk that's around the can, even though the garbage been emptied. But for some reason, we just do not cleanse our body. People say, you know, Stanisha, I'm regular. I go every morning. It's not the same.
It's not.
Detox is going to wash the walls and get all of that stuff out of your system. And that's why you see all kinds of things in the toilet when you go. So I want to just tell you guys that a detox is so simple and it makes so much sense. I often say God should have put a little window at our gut so we can look in there and see all of what's happening. And if that was so, you would detox without any problem. And the answer, do I go to the bathroom? Will I have to go to the bathroom? Yes.
Right.
Yes, you will. And you should want to. And so the B Cardio and the Elevate, and particularly the Elevate, is my favorite. This product right here, I take it every single morning. I usually take the capsule. Lately, I've been drinking the drink, and Rosalind is showing the capsule. But this gives me so much great energy and clarity and focus. Because yes, the older you get, the more duties you have, the more things going on in your life. You get forgetful. Sometimes you have brain fog. And this product gives you clarity and energy and stamina to go and do what you need to do. Last thing I'll say is this. I don't care about the age. There's so many people that have taken care of themselves throughout the years. So when they get to be 56 and 60, they still feel good. But if you dog your body out, even if you're 20, you're not thinking about, you know, detoxing. Then you go 30 years with no detoxing. Then you're 40 years with no detoxing. And then you say, oh man, when you turn 40, everything goes to, I almost said the S word in a handbasket, but that's because 40 years, you've not done anything.
That's right.
What do you expect? You keep it up late, you put it to, you get it up early and you drink and you do all these things. So anyway, I am saying to you, I feel absolutely fantastic at 56. I look fantastic at 56.
Talk about it.
Everything to do with the products that I take on a daily basis and have been doing it for years. So I'm gonna live to be 120, and I'll still wear the mini.
My number.
Let me show y'all my little mini dress.
Come on. Synergistically, the products work together, especially that 3 capsule system. The Elevate, the Accelerate Restore, and the Accelerate Sleep. And we always say the purple and white capsule, but it's really Accelerate Restore and Accelerate Sleep. And I'm going to leave those capsules for Stanisha to talk about because she has a testimony about that. But we want you to know that they synergistically work together. Don't separate them. They are so together.
Talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, don't separate them because they really work together. That Elevate capsule that we talked about, like we already have given you what that does. Now that Accelerate, Restore, and Sleep, which is your purple and white capsule, we like to call them cousins. You use your Accelerate Restore, which is the purple, at night, along with the white at night. The purple capsule, which is your Restore, restores the gut. It heals your gut while you're sleeping. It's your microbiome. It's your pro and your prebiotic, which you have to know is super important when you are detoxing. All right. And then you've got your white capsule, which is your Accelerate Sleep, which it's not formulated to make you go to sleep like some of the other drugs and the things that you got to get from the doctors. What it does is it tells your body you're naturally ready to go to sleep, and it enhances your body to do what it should normally do on its own. But because of our the anxiety and the stresses of life that we've got going on, most times when we go to lay down, your brain is still running and you cannot go to sleep. So that what the white capsule does is it activates the thing in your body that naturally makes you go to sleep. And when you go to sleep, it repairs your body so that your body can then, if you need to lose weight, you will lose weight because your body will begin to actually burn while you're sleeping. You'll feel very creative in the morning when you wake up. You will not be groggy, but you'll wake up with this new enhanced, like this clarity and focus because you actually rested and you didn't just go to sleep. Right? That is why this 3 capsule system, it is epic. It's truly epic. And everyone needs to be on this 3 capsule system. Or like I said, you can use the Elevate drink in the morning if you prefer to, because we like our cocktail in the morning, and still use your purple and white at night. But if you're ready to take your creativity to a whole nother level, let me tell y'all something. I used this Epic Tea capsule when it came out because I really just wanted to get some muscle mass going. I did, and I'm 52. I said, who can't use a higher libido when you're married, right? Or when I ain't judging, right? But who can't use more mental clarity and focus? Here's what I didn't expect. What I didn't expect, and my friends, my ladies are on this line. Many of them have known me now for at least 10 years or more, right? Y'all ain't never seen my natural hair out.
Ain't put a wig on since you popped the first teeth.
I have not put a wig on, a weave, braids, nothing since I popped this, because my curl pattern wouldn't even, no curls were holding. My hair was super thin and balded in a lot of areas. It literally was, you could just see right through my hair. Super paper thin, coming out in globs as I had postpartum hair loss after having Paige at 42. Then I went through early menopause at the same time, and then weight loss. And the doctors will tell you, when your body goes through weight loss, you could shed some hair. But also when you're going through menopause at the same time, as well as postpartum hair loss at the same time, it was a bad situation where my hair was clogging up the shower. Well, I had just come to grips with the fact that perhaps I'm just not going to have hair. Like, I'm just going to wear these wigs forever. Well, I did not expect in 3 weeks time for I had to have to take out braids that I had in my hair. But I would tell you, Stanisha kept saying, Nina, why are you loving that capsule so much? And I was like, I feel so smart right now. I couldn't explain it no other way or express it any other way. I said, I feel the most creative that I've ever felt. And yes, the Elevate is good, but this one literally takes you to a whole nother level. If you're going through perimenopause, menopause, postpartum depression, if you're tired all the time, man boobs, literally, if you're waking up and you're still lethargic throughout the day, something is off, you all, and it could be your testosterone. So the T stands for TestoSurge, which is the active ingredient, which is fenugreek, 500 milligrams. We're the only company that literally has products that are clinically proven and patented. This is a patented, clinically proven. Ladies, you take one a day. This bottle's going to last you 60 days, $1.33 a day. Men, you need more testosterone than us. And men, let me give you a little secret. Let me tell you something. 1 out of every 4 males ages 20 to 30 is experiencing erectile dysfunction. Listen to this, though. 2 out of every 3 are experiencing erectile dysfunction. Should I say that again? 2 out of every 3 males, 50 and over, are experiencing erectile dysfunction. So when you men get this product in your hands, you get 2 bottles. You buy 2 bottles. You take yours at night while women take theirs in the morning. You're going to load for 2 weeks, 14 days, 4 capsules a night. After your first 14 days, men, if you're a smaller bodied guy, you can go to taking 2. If you're a larger bodied guy, you want to stay on 3 or 4 capsules a night. And I am telling you, I've never seen a product that works so fast. We say we've got immediate gratification products, although our B Cardio is probably the only product that we have that is not our immediate gratification product. But when you take this, you're going to feel a difference. immediately, and then you're going to see a difference. Within your first 7 days, you will notice that there's something different about you. Even the women that are smaller on our team already are using this capsule. And I looked at Natasha Peak today. Her arms, super toned, super cut and chiseled. And let me tell you something, I'm going for the Angela Bassett arms. I'm be working on these thighs. Okay. Get you some Epic tea.
Wow. Well, I took my first one this morning because, for those of you who thought you're going to grow hair on your chin, the other day, Stanicia and I was riding in the car and she goes, wait a minute, do I have a hair on my chin? But it was not from the Epic tea. I don't know. But anyway, Nina, after hearing you.
Girl, after hearing her.
I already took mine this morning, but that was before we even went live with y'all. But I took mine. So I'm going to give a 7-day testimony. So today is Sunday. So next Sunday, I'll be able to give a 7-day testimony. I took my first one today. And so, guys, listen, with that commercial, I got FT. So if you're watching on my page,
that's right. That's right.
You can get it right now. I'll ship it right on out to you.
Twyla, the reason why people don't have to worry about growing facial hair or chest hairs is because this is plant-based. So this is vegan, it's all natural, and it is plant-based. So although your hair will grow, it will not grow on your face or your chest.
That's incredible.
That is
I took notes really quick. And when we talk about influence, we're going to end it on here. The reason that you speak with so much power, it's because you believe what you're saying. And that's when we talk about products that activate purpose. If everyone talks about what they really believe, your influence is going to go through the roof. Because Twyla, I felt about how you felt while she was talking. I'm like, dang, I gotta pick up my belief or something. I don't know what's going on, but that was an awesome commercial. And we are going to leave you guys on that note. If you're not part of the 1 million movement, guys, these are powerful business women. They are bosses. They've made millions of dollars, guys. And we're super excited to invite the world into this movement. We're going to help you get involved with a company that truly does have products that will activate purpose. We want to welcome you to the 1 million movement. We'll talk to you guys later.
Welcome.